Hey, I'm impatient, so let's talk about Arcane Act 2. I'm doing this so that I can actually watch Act 3 today, because today's the Saturday where Act 3 comes out, and I wanted to do this review before Act 3 comes out, or before I watch Act 3, because otherwise I'm just gonna have other ideas, other thoughts that are gonna taint how I think about our Act 2 actually. So I created a slide, I created a presentation this time. Unlike last time, I actually have something that's gonna help me put my thoughts together so it's not just all mumble jumble bullshit. But today, I only have, like, the slides that I have here are just specific characters, right? So we're gonna go through them and I'm gonna talk about them and I'm gonna talk what I like about it, what I don't like about it, we're just going through it. And then maybe there are other things I'm gonna use as well. So, first off, I think we all know who the main character of Act 2 was, and it's this guy. It's this guy right there. It's Warwick. And truthfully, I love what they did with Warwick. Because first off, I was kind of scared about what they were going to do because I didn't know like how they're going to, change his design, because I'm a League player, by the way. So change his design, or how they were going to do things with, like, if he's even going to show up. Because one YouTuber, I don't know who it was again, was actually scared that they might only show Warwick like for like 10 minutes or so, because the teasers made it seem that maybe it might just be like a jump scare type shit thing. But no, he was front and center the whole act, and I love that. I very much love that, because I love Vander, I love the character of Vander, I love the sad story. It is sad, it is very sad, but I just love how you could finally learn more about Zon, finally learn more about Silco, finally learn more about Jinx's mom. I mean, truthfully, I don't know what what these two guys had, but they were looking at Jinx's and Vi's mom in a specific way that they were not only homies. Like, there was probably something like a secret crush in there. And the fact that also the mom's death was the reason why Silco and Vander had the fallout next to, the whole fight with Zon not really working that well. That is something that I hope that the next act, when I'm watching it today, is going to show as well. What else do I loved the music surrounding Vander. Like, this is one thing I've said with my other video, right? But like the music, like Riot music is goated. They're goated in multiple ways that you just can't fathom. Like, these guys are so good at what they do. And like, one of the songs, I literally listened to it 36 times in the last 4 weeks. Quote unquote, in the last 2 weeks, but like 36 times. Remember Me by David. Like, that song is so beautiful, and at the same time it plays over the watercolor animation. Fortiche, why? How did you just think, let me just do watercolor animation? But yeah, so TLDR, I'm very happy where they go with Warwick, because, and that's also the reason why I put him first, because every other character is connected to Warwick, so I wanted to take that one first and then do the rest afterwards, and then we move on, right? We then move on to missing person number 1. So Act 2, Heimer is missing. Okay, number 3, missing person number 2, Echo, boy lost in time, literally. Let's just say, because of a specific thing that happens later on, I hope now that in Act 3, he's not missing in time. Echo, please do your thing, because otherwise I might just go to Riot and make a riot. Moving past the missing people, we go to one of my favorite characters in the show, Savika. And this is even a screenshot from one of my most favorite parts of the show, because, Arcane, they do fights very well, right? And that's one of the reasons. It's like, the Savika fight, yes, at the end of the day, at the latter stage of Act 2, she does fall off a little, because the act is not about her, the act is about Warwick. But the infiltration of Stillwater Hold, yeah, right, yeah, Stillwater Hold, that was like one of the coolest scenes, or like, let's say, more comedy scenes that I liked, that I just found pretty cool, because come on, you cannot hate Savika. Savika's cool, okay? So yeah, Savika. Um. Yes, Mama. Oh my gosh, I was able to do this with a scroll wheel? Oh my gosh. Oh well, so yeah, I just had to run an errand, but coming back, I did realize that I was just recapping Act 1 with Savika and also with the screenshot. Number one, I took the first screenshot that looked cool, but my point still stands. I like Savika. I also like the fact that she's still going for the that she's still working and still trying to do everything for the revolution, also for Zahn overall. So let's just move on to the next character, because my points are still the same. It's just not with those scenes, because those scenes that I was talking about are all Act 1 scenes. So it's kind of the stuff I could have said in Act 1, but who cares? Let's move on to the next character, right? Next character that actually got more screen time, but she still didn't have that much to do with the story, which is, I mean, maybe they want to do something with her later on, but it is, wrong, right? It is Mel. I don't know how I feel about it. I just, like, the story with her is cool, but without her, it doesn't really change much, you know? Because she has her own, she's like in her own small pocket where she is, you know, fighting against the Black Rose, right? But that's like all it is. Like, yeah, okay, you see the whole thing, like you kind of maybe hear a little about her backstory, about Chosen of the Wolf, if you've watched the music video, right? You might finally see, oh, now she has magic apparently, so I guess that's the reason she didn't die. Maybe it's Sonia's hourglass, maybe it's Solari, maybe it's the support item, I forgot what it's called. No, Locket of the Solari, maybe it's that one, or maybe she's just a good mage or something like that. And then when LB LeBlanc, by the way, when LB says, oh, sister, like maybe there's something in there, like, or is she just saying sister because like sister in magic, just like, you know, Christians say brothers and sisters in Christ? I don't know, but let's just say I'm gonna have to have Act 3 to help me like her more. I don't, not like her more, but like that part of the story more. But I did think that the whole Kino thing was kind of cool, and how they like showed that it wasn't actually him. But I also could have guessed that it wasn't him when he just showed up like Cassante 2.0. Like he looked like Cassante if he did not go to the gym. So of course that wasn't her brother, as if. So let's move on to who I just talked about, the Black Rose. Now the Black Rose, I probably could have just put them in front of Mel, now thinking about it the same way I did with Warwick. But I guess that's just what I did, and now that this is how it is, right? But I do like what they've done with the Black Rose. Like, I was kind of scared that we're just gonna say, oh, it was LeBlanc all along, everything was LeBlanc, this is LeBlanc, that's LeBlanc. Like, that's something that, like, that was like the doom scenario that a lot of League lore enthusiasts were worried about, that everything was just gonna be LeBlanc. I mean, Amara was LeBlanc, so we did know that, but just saying that I do love how they still incorporated it into everything, and how the whole conflict of Noxus is still like bleeding into the Piltover Zahn story. And it just, the only way it could have been was by LeBlanc, kind of, because yeah, Noxus does just like to colonize everything. Like, Noxus is just Britain in cool, but I do at least like the fact that they were able to incorporate it. But one thing I did not like, I do have to say, first off, I wasn't really that big of, I didn't see it as that big of a problem, but then I realized, oh wait, after watching like a YouTube video, I was like, oh yeah, true. And it was, the Black Rose kind of spoiled this. You know, this is one of my most loved screenshots of the show, okay? Because when I finished watching Act 1, I was constantly doing this salute. Why? Because I loved this scene. I loved how all of this looked, right? The fact that Ambessa was doing everything, she was scheming, she was doing the best thing ever, getting everybody to do what she wants, you know, using her local cuisine, aka Sallow, to do her bidding, and to just stand there and then know, you don't know, but you're walking right into my trap. So what you gonna do for me? What can you do for me? But this I almost said season, this act has just been L after L. Caitlyn doesn't actually fully trust her. So that's one L. She gets beat up by work. That's another L. She gets betrayed by Caitlyn. That's another L. Rictus dies. That's another L. Mel is gone. That's another L. She literally cannot figure out Hextech. That's another L. Like, she was just getting L after L. And the next act, I'm pretty sure, I might fact check myself because I'm gonna edit this after I watch the end of the series, but like, I'm pretty sure that next act is gonna be more about Jinx and Vi. So I don't see that many Mbessa W's coming. So truthfully, I am kind of scared that the strong character that they built in Act 1 just became kind of a side character, a side thing that's just supposed to be there. Like, she was kind of like the new Silco and like a big scheming person that everybody feared in a way, but she was taking so many L's in this act that I sometimes even forgot that she was there. So let's just move on to the person that actually had the power, which was Caitlyn. Caitlyn, yeah, in this act, you could pretty much say like she was going different places, like wishy-washy. Like, I thought, first of all, I thought she was like gonna be like full-on commander, like very dark in everything, right? But no, she actually was skeptical. So I'm indeed at least happy that she didn't just make a 180 and just became full-on dictator, like everybody who doesn't smile at me, they die. Like, no, I'm happy that she didn't do that. And I also do like the fact that she still had so many feelings for Vi after betraying her with Maddie, what the fuck? That she still had enough feelings for her that, even though I did not expect it, okay, I have to say, I did not expect it, that she still colluded with Vi to betray Mbessa, right? Things that I do have to say that are pretty cool are she still hates Jinx, right? Like, there's no way she can just forget it just because her girlfriend is Jinx's sister, or that, oh, Mbessa is worse, or oh, this is bad. Like, no, Jinx still is the reason her mom is dead. You know, there's no denying it. There's no, you know what? I'm gonna forgive you because you are my future sister-in-law. Like, no, there's no refuse. That, like, you cannot just ignore that happened. Like, some people want to ignore it. Like, a lot of people love Jinx too much, but to each their own, right? But that is what I think about Caitlyn, what I can think of right now. So let's move on to the other half of her life, aka Vi. Now, Vi, I have to say, she just had a full-blown breakdown. Like, I do like how they showed that she did have a breakdown, right? And meeting Vander was probably one of the best ways for her to heal. And the fact that she started healing her relationship with Jinx by having Vander be there is one of the nicest things that I just love it, because Vander was the reason that both of them split up, and now Vander is the reason that both of them are coming back together, you know? And that is just a very great storytelling thing, I guess. And I very much just love the banter between both of them. Like, one scene I do love is like when they fight in that tunnel where you have to clap for those jelly thingies to glow up. That slap. Like, she wasn't even finished with her sentence, and she just Jinx just slapped the heck out of her. Okay, but yeah, and also the fact that afterwards that she realized that maybe they can fix their relationship, and she even managed to semi-fix her relationship with Caitlyn, that like things are looking up for her, if not for one person. Foreshadowing. But let's just move on to the main attraction. You think she's not actually the main attraction, but the main attraction, the main girly, Jinx. The one thing I just like about her is how she, you know, after realizing that she is supposed to be a symbol, and you know that she's supposed to work things out and so on, you know, suddenly you have to deal with the fact that Vander is alive, and that there might be a chance that they will be able to heal him, and maybe also heal their relationship, and that maybe things could have been different. And those are some things that Jinx really needed in that moment, and I very much like that. And that's also one of the reasons why she told Isha that once she came into her life that she doesn't know if things became blurry or clear. Like, a lot of things happened since she met Isha, and Isha being powder reloaded is like a good way of showing Jinx's past and showing her how things have changed and how things could have been, or how things now turned out due to some specific past mistakes. But sadly, I do have to say that Riot just does not like her being happy. So I'm very scared for what comes in Act 3. Fact check me on this, Joel, when you're later on editing this video. Did it get worse? I hope it didn't. Because this guy was supposed to help. This guy was supposed to help before somebody made him to a donut. Now we have two greatly respected anime figures that became donuts. If you understand, it's a Demon Slayer thing. So yeah, moving on to Victor, right? Now, Victor, or Arcane Jesus, Victor, I really liked him. I really liked him in the story. And I'm just gonna say liked, because I know he should somehow be able to come back. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. Maybe it has to do with some black kid. But for now, liked, so past tense. And I also liked how they integrated Sky into everything. So like Sky now became like a secondary consciousness, like conscience, or so just a second rationale in his head. Like, I don't know if Sky is actually there or if Sky is just a figment of his imagination, but the fact that he is thinking about her or even just physically literally talking to her is kind of cool. And I also just like how they made his powers that he can like connect to everybody that he's healed, but also kind of the fact that everybody who he's healed goes under his control, and the moment he died, everybody just went into a stasis, which I don't think that's actually how it's supposed to be. But I mean, for his glorious evolution, I guess some sacrifices have to be made. But I do still love how he was finally able to realize his dream of giving Hextech to the people, and then also be able to mend or to just save some people from the lowest depths of the underground, though it might also be in a cult. But who cares if it's a cult? If Arcane Jesus tells me to bend to his will, I will be there and I will do it. And just like that, other people will also there. But you cannot talk about Victor if you don't talk about Jace. Now, for all of those Jace and Victor shippers, just so you know, I'm pretty sure there's nothing between them, okay? I just don't think, okay, like, yeah, okay, you know, you could be a little affectionate, blah, 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 but, yeah, like, I just think there's nothing between them. Now, with Jace, there's not really much to say about him. I mean, he literally just he just came back from time, or from the warp, or from the anomaly, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just calling it an anomaly because TFT has it named the anomaly. But he just instantly does us a favor and kills Sallow. I know I did say that I like Sallow, but Sallow was still an asshole. And I still like how they showed that Sallow somehow made a 180 the moment he got healed by the Herald. But he has probably seen things that I'm gonna see now in Act 3, but he's probably seen some things which is why he took the shot and why he killed Victor and why he killed Sallow. But I'm just gonna say right now, a lot of people on the internet, I'm pretty sure that when I post this, it's not gonna be the fact, but right now a lot of people blame him for one thing. Yeah, because this, by the way, this is the only thing I have to say about Jace. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say about him? Wow, he kills people, now he has some visions. Oh, cool. But yeah, he's blamed for one thing. Isha's death. This is the thing, like, a lot of people, like, I still find it so cool that people literally, like, made PFPs with Isha's face and then naming themselves, like, she's alive or something like that, because that's what I'm going to believe as well. Because, like, I know she's powder reloaded, I know she's a plot device but I just hope she's alive. Because, like, why did you do this to us, Riot? Like, truthfully, after I finished that episode, I didn't know what to do for like 2 hours, okay? Like, I was sitting there staring at the ceiling and calculating how long it would take me to go to Riot headquarters. So I don't really have that much to say, except from just anger or just sadness that she had to do what she did. But I'm just gonna say that scene was beautiful. The song was beautiful, but the moment I heard the song play in the background while Victor was monologuing, I knew something bad was gonna happen, and I knew I was not gonna like what was about to happen, but it sadly happened. And I do kind of believe it's not Jace's fault, but I am hoping for a brother to save the day, because otherwise I might actually just go to Riot HQ. I live in Germany. I live far away. I got no money, but trust me, I will swim. And when I say I will swim, I will swim. Now, I just realized as we end this one presentation, there's an honorable mention that I forgot to even put on, so off you go. And that's Singed. And this is just for all you lore heads of League. And it's the thing that I very much love how they made Singed Corin Revek, because Revek. I think it's Revek. Yeah, it's Revek. Revek. Oh, who cares? But I just love how they did it, because number one, we might see the start of Oriana. We might not, but at the end of the day, it's still cool that they made Singed a little more sympathetic. Like, he's still an asshole, he's still a war criminal, he's still going to be able to, he's still going to be the one guy that gassed the whole country. But apart from those little war crimes, I do like that he is doing a lot of it just to save Ori. And I'm guessing that Ori and Caitlyn are the same age, canonically now, because he did say that maybe in another time they both would have been friends, and since she died beforehand, she might have probably then been Kate's age. So whatever Kate's age is, Ori might be that age. But yeah, that's actually it. Those are my thoughts on Act 2. I did that so I can now watch Act 3 and see if everything that I said is right or wrong. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming by for my to see my presentation about Arcane Act 2, and I will see you another time, probably when I record Act 3, the review of Act 3. Which is gonna be literally today as well. I'm gonna record it today after watching Act 3. Hopefully not with tears in my eyes, but knowing Riot, I cannot guarantee it.